That's a Goomba. Yeah, I'm one of those, in case you hadn't noticed. Ahem. It says here, Goombas are underlings of underlings. That is totally rude. Their maximum HP is 2. They have an attack power of 1 and a defense of 0. That's a Parrot Goomba, basically a Goomba with wings. I'm jealous. Maximum HP is 2, attack is 1, and defense is 0. You can't hammer it while it's flying, but rough it up and it'll totally plummet. That's a Spiky Goomba, a spiky-headed Goomba. What a creative name. That spike is super pointy, so it's better to hit it with a hammer than jump on it. Maximum HP is 2, attack is 2, and defense is 0. The addition of the spike means you'll hurt your feet if you jump on it. Duh. That's a Hyper Goomba, which means, it's a hyperactive Goomba. Duh. Max HP is 8, attack is 2, and defense is 0. But if this nut goes bizzow and charges up, his attack power will be 8 next turn, so you'd better wipe it out between the time it charges up and the time it attacks. And if you can't beat him, then run away, okay? That's a Hyper Parrot Goomba. It's basically just a Hyper Goomba with wings. Max HP is 8, attack is 2, and defense is 0. After charging up, you'll be dealing with moves that have an attack power of 8. Once you damage it, it'll lose its wings and turn into a regular Hyper Goomba. Not that that's all that cool. Even normal Hyper Goombas are dangerous. That's a Hyper Spiky Goomba. It's a Hyper Goomba with a spike on its head. Max HP is 8, attack is 3, and defense is 0. After charging up, its attack power rises to an incredible level of 9. That's scary. Beat it before it attacks or you'll be in peril before you know it, seriously. If only this book listed a way to dodge that attack. Goomba. It likes dark, damp places. Max HP is 7, attack is 3, and defense is 0. It's stronger than a normal Goomba, so be careful. That's not a healthy color for a Goomba, but it doesn't mean it's sick or anything, so don't show it. That's a Paragloomba. It's a Gloomba with wings. Max HP is 7, attack is 3, and defense is 0. It's like a stronger version of a Paratroopa, and maybe that's all there is to it. I wonder if living down here ever makes its wings moldy? Yuck. It's too gross to even think about. Blech. That's a Spiky Goomba. It's a spiky Goomba that likes dark places. Max HP is 7, attack is 4, and defense is 0. Its attack is pretty high, huh? I'm sure you know this. But try not to jump on the spike. I wonder if I'd look like that if I stayed down here long enough. I'd rather not think about that. Are there tanning salons in Rogueport? That's a Koopa Troopa. They've been around forever. Gotta respect the longevity. Their shells are hard, but flip them over and their defense drops to 0. And you know how to flip them over, right? Just jump on their heads. That's a Koopa Paratroopa. Well, it's basically a Koopa Troopa with wings. Max HP is 4, attack is 2, and defense is 1. I kinda hate that this guy gets to fly. Of course. You can stomp on him and he'll plunge down and be a plain Koopa Troopa. Yeah, do that, and he's ours. Stomp again to flip him, and his arms and legs are useless. Oops, sorry, that's not true. It looks like he can still wiggle them around a bit. That's a KP Koopa. It's a Koopa Troopa of a slightly different color. Max HP is 4, attack is 2, and defense is 1. Looks like its abilities are just like any Koopa, so he oughta be piece of cake. Don't go easy just because you know King K, Mario. That's what friends are for. That's a Koopa Paratroopa. It's a Koopa Paratroopa of a different color. Max HP is 4, attack is 2, and defense is 1. Its attacks are the same as your average garden variety Koopa Paratroopa. So, just do the same thing as always, stomp on it, flip it, and drop its defense to 0. My head bonk is pretty effective against it too. Come on, let's get him. That's a Shady Koopa. It's yet another member of the Koopa family tree. Max HP is 8, attack is 3, and defense is 1. The difference between them and other Koopas: they can attack from their backs. And, when they flip back up, their attack gets boosted and they go totally ape. Wow, that's pretty tricky. No wonder they're called Shady Koopas, huh? That's a Shady Paratroopa. It's a Shady Koopa with wings, obviously. Max HP is 8, attack is 3, and defense is 1. Knock off its wings and it's a Shady Koopa. Unlike typical Koopas and Paratroopas, its attack jumps when it flips up off its back. This also says it has a move that hits you and your ally at once. Is that possible? I guess the best thing to do is just beat it quickly after we flip it. That's a Dark Koopa. It lives in dark places that the light never reaches. Max HP is 8, attack is 4, and defense is 2. It's a bit tougher than a regular Koopa, so you won't be able to beat it easily. But it does have the same weakness as a regular Koopa. Flip it over and it's helpless. Why do you think it needs sunglasses down here anyway? What's the point? This is a Dark Paratroopa. It lives in dark, damp places. Max HP is 8, attack is 4, and defense is 2. It's strong, but otherwise just like other Paratroopas. It's airborne, so try to ground it first. That's a Koopa Troll, a Koopa Troopa who protects himself with spiked armor. Max HP is 6, attack is 4, and defense is 2. It attacks with its shell and with its head. Then sometimes charges up for a fierce move. Plus, if you take too long to win, it'll call reinforcements. Yeah, sorta gnarly, huh? It's one of the worst of Bowser's guys. Koopa Troopas dream of being Koopa Trolls. Hey, and by the way, what do you think Bowser's doing now, anyway? Eating? That's a Dark Koopa Troll. These guys just totally ooze toughness, don't you think? Max HP is 25, attack is 5, and defense is 2. After it charges up power, its next attack will be devastating. Try to survive it. It's almost like those red eyes are there to warn you just how tough it is. Or maybe it just doesn't get much sleep. That's a Dull Bones, sort of a skeleton thing. It was a Koopa Troopa once. Max HP is 1, attack is 2, and defense is 1. These creeps throw bones to attack. Oh, and they build reinforcements too. Attacks that can strike multiple dull bones at once are the most effective. That's a Red Bones. A little too red, I think. No fashion sense, you know? Max HP is 5, attack is 3, and defense is 1. Unlike your average Dull Bones, even if you pound it to 0 HP and it crumbles, it totally might revive, like a zombie. My advice is to get rid of all the Dull Bones, then attack the Red Bones. Oh, and one more thing. Once its friends start to fall, it may create some more. That's a Dry Bones. It's a former Koopa whose spirit animates its bones. Eek, that's so freaky. Max HP is 8, attack is 5, and defense is 2. When its HP goes down to 0, it collapses into a pile. But it'll eventually rise again. Fire and explosions will put a permanent end to it getting back up, though. A dry bones will sometimes build friends if it feels it's outnumbered. If you don't take them all out close together, they'll just keep coming back. Let's wipe them out all at once and quick. These things totally freak me out. That's a dark bones. It's the baddest of the bones gang. Max HP is 20, attack is 5 and defense is 0. When its HP goes down to 0, it collapses into a pile, but it'll eventually rise again. Fire and explosions will put a permanent end to it getting back up, though. Its HP is high, so it's hard to take it down. Like any other bones, it sometimes builds friends if it feels outnumbered. It's a tough enemy. You better take it and its buddies out all at once. That's a hammer, bro. You know him. He throws hammers, hence the name. Max HP is 7, attack is 4, and defense is 1. When his HP drops and he thinks he's in trouble, he'll toss a hammer barrage. Nothing about these guys has changed, they're tough as ever, so brace yourself. Dang, this book always skips the important stuff. How do they carry endless hammers? That's a boomerang, bro. This relative of the hammer bros prefers boomerangs. Max HP is 7, attack is 2, and defense is 1. He attacks twice with his boomerangs, on the way out and on the way back. When his HP starts getting low, he fights all the harder. Prepare for multiple attacks.